Well, yep, it's early in the morning again. And guess what? My wife took my dog this morning. Yeah, well, I got to do my exercise afterwards. Look, Christmas is coming, and when you get up in age, you got to really work on the body to try to keep the calories down. But look, that's not why I got you here today, okay? In the background, you see my, how would you say, one of my idols growing up. This conversation is going to be about self-talk. And I found this article that says a 5-minute guide to amazing self-talk. Muhammad Ali, I believe, was the greatest at self-talk. In fact, his self-talk was so powerful, it not only changed his lives, but it changed the lives of his opponents. Are you following me? Okay. So, first of all, I want you to understand this. We talk to ourselves daily. Now, most of us are not going to admit this, but let's be real. Let's be open. We talk to ourselves daily. There's a conversation going on inside of our head on a daily basis. Any human being will admit that. Okay? Because if there was no self-talk, what would you have? You'd have dead silence. And that's really not good. Then you have a serious problem. Now, you could use this self-talk to empower you. Right? Now, Muhammad Ali, I have to use him as an example. I am the greatest. How many times have you heard him in his career? Okay? Or if you're fortunate enough to look at some of his old tapes, did he use those words, I am the greatest? He told it to the world, but he also was telling it to himself. Because see, within all of us is what we call doubt. Doubt meaning, can I do this? Am I good enough? Why am I not like, if you're into sports, why can't I play basketball like LeBron James or Michael Jordan? Okay? Football, I've been out of football for a while, whoever the up-and-coming star is right now. But you understand my point. Okay? Most people fail because they let the doubting conversation take over their mind. Now, the Bible says we were all born equal. So that means if we were all born equal, then I can do anything you can do, and you can do anything I can do. What it comes down to is the self-talk that's going on inside of your mind. Okay? Personally, I believe in direct sales, direct marketing. I am the greatest. I really, my whole career, from the age of 27, I've always believed that no one was as good as I am in whatever it is I'm doing. Always. Now, was I really the fastest track star? No, because I lost some races. Did I make a touchdown every time I touched the ball? No. But in my mind, I did. Okay? Now, I'm going to go back just to high school math just for a second, okay? Because I love this one. I'm one of those guys that never took home a book. I couldn't understand why people had to spend hours studying. Okay? I believed that I was worth A's and B's. So guess what I got? I got A's and B's. And most of the time, I don't know where I'd be if I did study. I didn't study. Okay? You know? Well, that's another tape. To me, studying is not learning, but that's another tape. I'm not going to go there. Let's talk about the 5-minute guide to. And I'm going to go over some of this with you real quick. It says, self-talk is a soundtrack that's constantly playing in your head, and its impact is dramatic. The conversation you have with yourself determines your emotions and actions. Okay? And it says, learn about the different types of self-talk and how to use them to your advantage. That kind of wrapped up what I just said right there. Okay? It's a soundtrack that's constantly playing in your head. If you stop, just for a second, just stop. You hear the voices? There's something going on. The voices even telling you what to say. So that means that you can harness that power and use it for your success. Okay, first one says, raise your awareness. Self-talk is so natural that you may not even realize that you've been saying it yourself all these years. The first step is to become conscious of the commentary you create about your life. Now we're going back to visions. Okay, how do you see your life? Do you see yourself living in a 1,000, 1,500 foot square home? Do you see yourself living in a 10,000 foot square home? You know, with the swimming pool in the back, the huge terrace, the garden parties. Okay? Career-wise, how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a person that's working for $13.99 an hour? Or do you see your time being worth $300, $400 an hour? How do you see yourself? Well, Muhammad Ali saw himself as the greatest boxer in the world. And guess what he ended up becoming? The greatest boxer in the world. Okay? But now you've got to convince yourself, you've got to work on this every day of your life. I'll tell you something I'm proud of in my life. Besides Muhammad Ali, now don't laugh, but you know who my other idol was? My other idol, believe it or not, was Walt Disney at an early age. Why? Because Walt Disney did not go to college to become a multi-millionaire. He took an idea that he believed in and he sold it to the world. Okay? McDonald's. I don't know their educational levels, but the founders of McDonald's, they took an idea they believed in and they did a lot of self-talk and they sold it to the world. What little kid does not know McDonald's? Alright, where are we going here? It says here, number 2, disrupt old patterns. Self-talk is a tool making change up for... Okay, disrupt old patterns. Self-talk is a tool for making changes. Maybe you've been reinforcing your fears of numbers by dwelling on how you once got a bad grade. Let's change that. You could be dwelling on your fears of how you had failure. I'm going to take network marketing because I'm into it. You know a lot of people not in network marketing right now? They tried it one time and they failed. Okay? Do you know how many companies I've been in my network marketing career over an 8-year span? And I wasn't marketing every year for those 8 years. Let me see, I can think of, oh gosh, 8? Real quick. It might be more than that, but 8. Okay? Now, think of this. I don't believe in change. I'm a person that used the same barbers until I didn't have the need for one. For 20-some years, the same barber cut my hair. I've been married to the same woman for 46 years, my lovely wife. Okay? I don't believe in a bunch of changes. It's not me. I get mad when they change the TV program. I don't watch that much TV, but you know, there's certain times in a week, I call it my time out when I don't have to think. That's the only reason I watch TV. And I'm a CSI fan, I'll tell you right now. So when they change my pattern around, then I got to change my work patterns. I said, that's crazy. So right now, I'm not watching no TV. Okay? All right? Because I'm on a go. I'll tell you about that on another tape. But a lot happening in 2015. That's all I'm going to say right now. Let's get back to this. Take action. Incorporate to call to action into your speeches you give yourself. Focus on goals that are challenging and yet attainable. And we talked about goals in another tape, but you know the deal. You have an example. I have a 2-year goal, a year goal, a month goal, a week goal, a daily goal. I'm saying you have to break it down. So anything you want to attain in your life, you can attain it, but you've got to do it in steps with goals. And then you got to talk to yourself about it. All right? You got to keep convincing yourself that you already have it. That's some strong self-talk, because you've got that negative voice, okay, on the other side that's saying, man, you're stupid. Do you see a Audi A8 Quattro coupe parked out in front of your house? No, you don't. So how you say you're going to be driving it in 2 years? This is almost by then it probably costs $125,000. That's your retirement present? Really, James? Whoops. Now you know my real name. All right, my birth name is James. My nickname is Jay. I haven't used James. You know why I use James? Probably some of you can have experienced this. That was the name that Mom yelled out the door when I did something wrong. Okay, in fact, she would call my whole name. And I tell you what, and this is what I loved about the old days. You better be within hearing distance of her voice. That's enough. I've said on that. Okay, but you understand what I'm saying? You have to convince yourself. You use the voices that talk to you, that self-talk, for the positive. And that starts out daily. I'm just going to give you an idea. This will be another tape. But I start every day, I have a success statement. I read my I ams. Okay, example, I am healthy. I am wealthy. Okay, I am recruiting two people a day. I am a great speaker. You know, I have a success statement. Read Think and Grow Rich. It's somewhere in the first 4 or 5 chapters. All right, Think and Grow Rich, just to give you a tip. But, you know, reading is this. Reading is not just reading. Like I'm reading you this article right now. It's practicing what you learn. It's putting it into action. Talked about taking action steps a minute ago. That's where you have to do it. And you have to talk to yourself every day. Okay? Let me give you a little tip. I was awakened this morning with some ideas that were delivered to me by my inner spirit. I jumped up, got on a tape recorder, and I wrote them down. Guess what I'm going to be working on the whole weekend? Those ideas that were given to me. Now, are they going to work? Yes. Because my self-talk will make them work. I'm telling you that. And I'll be telling you every day until it comes into existence. That's what self-talk is all about. Before I end this conversation, keep this in mind. 65,000 negative thoughts go through your head a day. Look it up. Okay? It's either 65 or 66. But 65,000, I don't like that double six stuff. 65,000 go through your head. So your self-talk has to be filled with positive thought to offset that negative thought. And this is something, if you want to be successful, if you truly want to be successful and have the things you really want in your life, you will be doing this every day, all day. It has to become second nature because you've got to overcome the negative thoughts. This is what personal development is about. This is when we tell you about reading certain books. Guys like Anthony Robinson, Brian Tracy, Eric Thomas. Okay, all these guys made a very good living by giving you the scoop on what you need to do in personal development. Okay? So that's what we're talking about right here. Then it says conduct a reality check. Assess how your self-talk measures up to what's really happening around you. There's a big difference between burning one slice of toast and being a failure in the kitchen. So what does that mean? That means we're not going to have all successes in our life. Okay? But you know, if you're burning 12, I mean, if you're making 12 pieces of toast and one comes out a little bit dark, so what? We you know, back home we used to take a knife and just scrape it until it lightened up some, you know, where we could slap the butter on it. But you understand my point. You definitely understand where I'm going, right? This is all about you and a success pattern. Success doesn't just happen. I'm over my 10 minutes again. I guess I'm going to start making 15-minute tapes. But look, I pray that you got something out of it. And if you did get something out of it, what I want you to do is subscribe to my channel. Because what you're hearing right now, you're going to be hearing every day. Okay? I'm laying it all on the line. God has put a lot inside of me. And I'm determined in the next 365 days, I'm going to give it to you as much as I can and you will accept. Okay? So, subscribe to my channel, and we'll be back with another topic tomorrow. God bless you, and I will see you at the top, as long as you take action. God bless.